And just like that, I'm back. Good day, my Lego peoples. How are you doing today? So, in the last video, I talked about I was going to dismantle the city. So today I wanted to talk about the plans on what's going to happen with this area and how I'm going to display the modulars. Just first up, I just wanted to show you something here, which I've had done for a long time, and I've never wanted to show it before until I actually got it done in the city. I actually did, I think I showed a little bit in the last video, but my plan along here was to do a walkway with a railing setup, and I wanted to show you the railing I designed to put along there using this monorail, and I think that would have looked really cool. I don't think, is that focusing? I think that would have looked really cool to have that railing right along the top. But anyway, it's no longer going to happen. So yes, I thought I'd show that. So you want to build a railing? There you go. I reckon that looks pretty darn good. There's a bit of a setup of it. Okay, now what's going to happen? I suppose I'll get the camera off the tripod, and it's probably better that way. So let's do that. Okay, so there's no way I could get rid of the modulars, and I tell you what, some of the fun I had, building these customers, especially this Palace Cinema, that was a very enjoyable build. So I got a lot of great memories with that, and going back to the classic Greengrocer, I mean, that's my favorite modular of all time. So there's no way I could be getting rid of the modulars, and the missus would never let me anyway. So so what the plan is I would get rid of this table here. So with this table, I did cut this drop down section into it, so I would get rid of that table and I'd move this table. So basically this is let me come right back here and you can get to see the mess up this end, because I just chuck shit on here all the time. So basically I have two big tables. Now they are 2.4 meters long, 1.2 meters wide, 8 foot by 4 foot, two of those. Okay, so it's 4.8 meters. I'd get rid of this table. To get rid of this table, I have to actually take it through that window. That's how I got it in here, because I've closed off all other access points in the Lego room, so yeah, I'd have to take it through the window again. But anyway, I'd get rid of this table, and this table here that's got a nice flat top on it, hasn't got the cutout section, I'd move this table down to here. So basically there is, I don't know if you can see it, am I pointing to it? I don't think I am. It's right there is the join in the table. Okay, so that is just back from the end of that wall. So I'd have one table there, and I would put my parts, and if we come back this way, I have these drawers like this. I just have drawers with my parts in like that. Okay, so this here is double-sided. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 12 drawers there, 12 drawers on the back. Okay, what I would do is at the end of the table, put my drawers stacked up this way. So they would come, I'm actually not sure how high, double that. So basically I want to come probably about 6 foot high. So the idea is to try and have all of these shelving, like similar to this, is have everything about 6 foot high. So that would sort of block off behind this table for whatever displays here, which we'll get to in a moment. Now I'd have all my parts drawers here, and then I'm going to build a unit similar to this. I'd get rid of this one, but it's going to have all these little pigeonholes in it like that. And again, like I said, 6 foot high, double-sided. And then because I'll build it myself, I can actually build the shelving the right distance apart to be able to house some of these big bastard custom modulars that I've done. So, I might have it, I can't even remember. I have drawn up a plan, but it was a long time ago. I'd have different shelving unit, and I'd just display all the modulars. So some of them would be nice big gaps in them, and then I'll have other smaller ones where I can have other modulars, and double-sided. So that should display all the modulars. It'll actually give me a fair bit of room. I think I worked out I could display all of the modulars I've got here, plus I've got others stashed over there, and I think I've got about 4 or 5 current modulars still just sitting on the shelf that aren't even built yet. So we'd be able to get all that done, and what that does is it opens up my display options for my ships here. Actually, let's just, looks a little bit dark, doesn't it? So on top of the drawers, I could have a ship up there. Because it's going to be double-sided, it's going to be a lot wider than this, which if I have a look there, that's quite narrow. So I could have 2 runs of ships down here. And at the end of it, I've got this cabinet here with my Mythic Legions figures in it. I'm going to buy a second one of these, and the same thing, put them back to back on the end. So I'd have action figures running into a back-to-back Lego display. With my parts here, this would open up this whole section. So the floor section here, you know, it's pretty wide. It's probably 4 foot wide, but that'll open that right up. I've got 2 tables. So yeah, like I said, everything's a mess. I didn't clean anything up. Just wanted to get this video out. I've got 2 tables. I'd probably put leave one table on that side, 1 table on this side. Again, if I want to do any custom builds myself, I might be able to do just standalone displays that just stand in the middle of the floor with a build on top. I think that would be pretty cool, where you can walk right around it. Have, you know, I don't want to give too much away. Okay. I don't want to give too much away, because if I say I'm going to build all these things and then I never do them, you know, you're going to put shit on me. But okay. Where are we up to? So yeah, so we'll open this section up. I'll have just shelving display. I know shelving display is probably not the best for modulars, but it's going to do me. So I can focus and, like I said, on some other things. And to be honest, the way I am at the moment, the way I'm feeling at the moment, and with the amount of time I have at the moment, yeah, no custom things are getting done for quite some time. But I know down the track it will happen for me. So that brings me to this table here. So I'm going to have this big free table sitting here. What am I going to do with it? Well, I haven't got any firm plans, but my thought would be I've always wanted to do a castle display. So eventually I'd probably look at doing a castle display. In the short term, I've got a lot of castle sets. So I'm thinking of just building those sets and just laying them out on the table and just displaying them on the table. So it's got some use, and I think that would look pretty good. And the other option that it opens up for me is with this wall. So that's a window that I've boarded off. I'm thinking of welding up a metal frame, mounting it to these 2 pillars. So there's Besser block pillar there and there. And if I make up a metal frame and mount it to that, I could have some shelving up there as well and open up even more room for display. So the name of the game here is more display options, display the modulars, give me room for a different custom display, and just really open the room up a little bit, because these tables are quite large. So yeah, to take one of these out is really going to make a big difference to this room. Don't ask me about all this crap under here, what I'm going to do with that. But anyway, I'll work that out. I'll still have one where I can put some, yeah, store some stuff. But yeah, let's not go down that path. Yeah, so that is my plan moving forward. So what do you reckon about that? Do you reckon displaying modulars just on shelving is a good idea? I see people where they do like a vertical city. I've always thought that's a pretty cool idea, but I don't even think I'd go that far. Like if I start putting a little street in the front of them and little trees, I may as well just leave my bloody city how it is. So I'm thinking I'm just going to display them how they are, because I mean they are pretty impressive, the modulars, aren't they? I mean, ultimately we just love their designs, isn't it? So yeah, well, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think about that, about the changes. I'm actually pretty keen to do the building of the cabinet and everything. I'm not keen on ripping the city down, so that's the thing that holds me back all the time. But I'm pretty keen to get this built because I'm really keen to get my other glass cabinet and get them set up so I can unbox some of my Mythic Legions and get them on display as well. So, yeah, that's everything. That is everything that I'm going to do. When I'm going to do them is a different story altogether. But hey, that's life, isn't it? You get to things when you can get to things, and in between, just enjoy. So, give the video a thumbs up, which you're probably going to give it a thumbs down because you say, oh, I hate all this. I don't want to see the city go. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. A big thank you for taking the time to watch. And yeah, let's see if I can get another video. And if I do, I'll see you in that video. Bye for now.